It just, you know, I've seen it now 2 or 3 times, and every time I read it, and you take us through that step. So you've taken us through the uncertainty that you've lived with, the fear, being an outsider, being in the shadows, as so many undocumented people live with. And then with these 3 full sentences, you take us to your final steps. And I found that really powerful. It made my hair stand on end when I sort of, you know, I could tell that people sitting next to me were kind of, you know, visibly shaken and relieved. And I think, again, you know, it's a very brave film to make, but so inspiring as well, because it's inspiring that you make yourself vulnerable, but you have these dreams, and you had dreams of having agency and creating community, and you've done it. So, you know, kudos to you. It's great. Thank you. So, just sit with her. Did you do the filming? Were you there? I was like trying to figure that out. So how did you come upon the story?
So I met Leon while I was doing my master's thesis film. He also performs as a drag king, which is what my other film is about. And when I applied for this fellowship, I thought about who did I want to get to know better and really get to do like an intimate portrait documentary. And so I had known Leon a little bit, so this is the project that I wanted to use as a medium to get to know him more. And so at the point where he went to visit his grandmother in Taiwan, I really still didn't know what the film was going to be about. I knew it was going to be about him, but I didn't know what aspect of his life. And so I knew about his sharpshooting business, and but he said, you know, he was going to go visit his 97-year-old grandmother in Taiwan, and I thought that was amazing. You know, I don't have my grandparents anymore, and I think anyone who still has a grandparents is just so incredibly lucky. And so I said, you know, take your phone, and his girlfriend went with him. And I said, just film whatever you can. Whatever conversations you guys have, I want to see what that's like. And so Jillian and he did a lot of the filming on the iPhone. And so they came back, and I just got to see, that became the film.
I think it really, that's wonderful, because it actually, I got a sense that he was pretty much in charge of kind of filming what he wanted to be filmed doing and seeing, and what we could see and not see. And, you know, it's as, you know, from taking off from what Tina was saying, that there are these totally unexpected moments when, you know, you would think that somehow a 97-year-old grandmother in Taiwan is, you know, the kind of the sort of predictable thing would be for people to think, oh, well, she's just gonna, like, who is this? And, you know, this masculine presenting granddaughter in her eyes. And I loved the way that was just not an issue, you know, and that kind of very intimate relationship between the grandmother and him was just, it was very kind of natural, it unfolded naturally, and really gave us a glimpse into Leon's history and family history. So, you know, I think it was great that you gave him the kind of means of production to create a story in the way that he felt most comfortable. Okay, well, I think we should open it up to the audience for questions, comments. Anyone? A very shy audience. Oh yes, there's someone there at the back. Hi.
Right, so do I. I'm not really sure. I think actually my ambition was to make it a film that was only about 5 minutes, And so I made a 5-minute version, and I showed it to the stars of the film, and they said, 5 minutes, 5 people? Like, we only get less than a minute? What? No, that's not really what they said, but I don't know, I think there is, I mean, I think a more conventional documentary might take on a 22-minute format, and I wanted to see what I could do with a short format documentary that would make you want to know more about their stories. So there could be a longer version in the future, but I don't have plans at this moment.
But I think it works incredibly well as this kind of snapshots of, you know, who these women are and who they were, and particular turning points in their lives and moments that were significant to them. So I think, and I loved the little, you know, inserts, the sort of
Rice porn.
rice, yeah, the rice porn, exactly. Any other questions? Yes, Pam.
I kind of like that there's such a range of experience and subject matter, and just, they were all beautiful. They had that in common. But I just kind of want to know, are people still continuing in the medium of film? What are you doing now, and what do you hope to be doing?
Yes, last night I was up till 4 editing the second part of the trilogy, and so the first, yay, I'm awake still. And then tomorrow I'm flying out to Hong Kong to organize the art conference, so yay.
Busy. I'm finishing up my second year at Stanford's doc film program. I'm producing my thesis film. It's a group of long-distance runners inside the San Quentin State Prison. And then from there, I'll probably produce an experimental feature doc, which I won't go into so as to not curse it too much.
I'm working on either like a short film about a trans boy being in a low-income Vietnamese family. But I kind of put that on hold right now just because, you know, I'm working full-time, I'm trying to sustain myself, pay off my goddamn loans, and hopefully get those chains off my ankles and then begin to work on that project again.
So after I graduated, I did a Kickstarter for my thesis film to turn into a feature length, and it's about drag kings, the group of drag kings, particular in Los Angeles. It's called The Making of a King.
I'm working on a short experimental film that is a mashup music video that is about Japanese American incarceration camps, someone who was shot from the perspective of a dog.
No, I haven't been working on any films. I've been working at the cafe full time, so hopefully someday.
I think there's someone else. Yeah. This question is for Penny, and I was wondering why you chose film as a way to share your story as opposed to maybe writing a book.
I really love films. For me, it was a way for me to escape in some way. So I love watching documentaries and everything. You know, just to add it on to my list of things to do. Film. Why don't I make a film?
Was it hard getting into? Do you have any background?
I didn't really study film. I went through Queer Women of Color Media Arts Project. It was a 6-month commitment that you go to the city every week and just learn how to make films.
It's a great program, and they have really encouraged and created a huge number of queer women of color filmmakers and given that opportunity
to create their own stories on film.